All right, folks, let's bring in now Real Talk Capital CEO Rob Luna. And Rob, I know from time to time you've played some of these short squeeze names. Have you seen some of these lately? Have you been in any of them? Sometimes I'm in them by accident.
Yeah, I mean, look, the one I've been looking at, I've traded back and forth. I've done pretty well because it's been straight up this year, has been AI, C3 AI. That's, Siebel's company that's been around a long time. They've got over $300 million in revenue. So for an AI company, they're doing really well right now. They've got 35% short squeeze right now. This stock's been way higher in the past. The technical setup looks really good. You know these stocks aren't for the faint of heart, Charles, but that's one that I would look to play right now on the short squeeze size. Carvana looks pretty good, too, though.
Oh, my goodness. So I was calling my broker at 18 on AI. I got a phone call, then I got distracted, then I was going to go in. I was going to go in heavy. Anyway, don't even remind me. All right, let's talk about chasing in general, though, because you've been talking about this. You love to help and teach investors. Now, often a stock will make a big move, right? And then investors like, golly, I missed it. And then later on, it could be a month later, a year later, 2 years later, you look and all of a sudden, like, golly, this stock went on to make a monumental, what would have been a life-changing move. But how do you know at the time?
Yeah, I mean, that's really tough, Charles. And, Amazon, reported blowout numbers yesterday. This is a stock I've liked for basically 2 decades right now. And so when I was coming on today, like, I know people are looking at that stock and thinking, darn, did I miss Amazon? It's up 10%. Should I get in and buy? And I think that's a big mistake, Charles. The company is doing extremely well right now. Just because it's up 10% doesn't mean it can't run another 20 or 30. Why I like Amazon, though, and to your point, it's still 25% off of where it was a year ago. They've done some really good things in terms of consolidation, great catalyst. Advertising is going to be a huge profitable business for them. That's a stock I would look to get in. Maybe you wait for a little bit of a pullback, but that's what I'm looking at. Great long-term thesis. It's pulled back, but now there's some really good news and some tailwinds that are going to help take that stock up.
So in the last year, let's say year and a half, you went from swashbuckling Rob Luna to, you know what, I got suspenders, a belt, and I got training wheels on my motorcycle. I mean, you kind of made a shift there, my man. Where are you now with this market? Are you aggressive? You're holding back? What are you doing?
Yeah, it's a great question. Look, I was really bullish last year, and I think that's, like, I'm not that brilliant, Charles, but it's basically you got to buy things when nobody wants them. Good long-term companies. Everybody hated technology last year. Look what's led this year. So now, obviously, after these big runs, it's much more difficult. Valuations aren't what they were before. That being said, you have to pick and choose. You have to find those individual stock names. Fiverr, Upwork, those are names I was talking about nobody wanted a couple months ago. Those things have popped 25, 30, 40% in the last couple days. Probably you don't want to get in right here. But those are the things that you have to do. Go against the grain, find the long-term thesis, and step in when no one wants them.
And it's interesting because you did talk about Upworks, and you didn't talk about it as a short squeeze. But again, having a heavy short position helped a lot when they got good news on top of it. Rob, thanks a lot, my man. And by the way, folks, Rob and I will be in Las Vegas next week, Monday through Thursday for the Money Show. It's going to be absolutely huge. I've got a big keynote speech. I've got a panel I'm doing. I'm going to do a book signing. It is the premier show for individual investors who want to learn how to invest in the stock market. So if you're thinking about going to Vegas, go. Come check me out. I'll be hosting the show from there as well.